What happens when the battlefield is no longer decided by soldiers on the front, but by factories, airfields, and rail depots hundreds of kilometers away? Wars today are fought not only in trenches or skies overhead, but in the industrial lifelines that keep armies alive. Something happened in Ukraine that revealed this reality with devastating force. It was swift, merciless, and left scars on the nation's war-making capacity. What was it, and how did it unfold? Let's dive into the story. Reported on the Uncensored News Telegram channel on August 29th, further details emerged regarding last night's raids on Kyiv. According to NASA firm's monitoring, a large fire was recorded in the vicinity of the Kyiv radio plant, although no images from the ground have yet been released, which remains understandable under the current conditions. In the Darnitsky district, where the plant is located, General Staff Chart System emergency rescue helicopters were deployed to suppress the blaze. However, it is still unclear what exactly the teams on the ground are attempting to extinguish. Prior to 2 days ago, on the night between August 27th and 28th, Ukraine faced one of the heaviest coordinated missile and drone strikes of the war. Reported by the military news Telegram channel, the offensive unleashed almost 500 weapons in total. A mix of ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, hypersonic missiles, and UAVs. The operation did not target one city alone. It swept across the country, leaving a trail of burning factories, shattered rail lines, and disabled airfields. The capital, Kyiv, absorbed the fiercest bombardment. Major industrial and defense-related enterprises fell under precise and overwhelming firepower. The Spetsobaronmash assembly plant was pounded by 4 Iskander ballistic missiles and swarmed by 50 UAVs. Even the Samsung Ukraine industrial enterprise was not spared, struck by 2 Iskander missiles and 30 drones. Fires raged across the city, filling the skies with dense black smoke as warehouses and repair hangars collapsed. Beyond Kyiv, the strikes pushed deeper into Ukraine's strategic backbone. In Kazatin, Vinnytsia, railway junctions, locomotive depots, and high-speed train parks were struck, paralyzing rail traffic in the region. The PS 110-3510 substation was also destroyed, cutting power to over 60,000 subscribers. The offensive also focused directly on Ukrainian military infrastructure. The Starokonstantinov airfield in Khmelnytsky came under fire, struck by 4 Ka-101 cruise missiles and swarmed by 130 drones. To the southwest, the Kolomia airfield in Ivano-Frankivsk was hammered with 4 Ka-101s, a Kinzhal hypersonic missile, and 70 drones. Further east, Mirgorod and Lutsk air bases were also hit, expanding the strike's reach across Ukraine's aviation assets. Southward, the Vasilyev 1 industrial enterprise was devastated by 8 Ka-101 missiles, a Kinzhal missile, and 30 drones. In Zaporizhzhia, the Iskra aviation and radio electronic repair enterprise was struck by a Ka-101. Meanwhile, Sloviansk was hit by 2 Iskanders targeting a UAV depot and an ILOU unit's temporary base, while in Petrovka, 5 drones attacked another UAV depot and temporary stationing points. The Ukrainian arsenal didn't stop its strikes there. It was also reported on the same day. The skies over Kyiv turned into a battlefield of their own. Reported by the Uncensored News Telegram channel by August 28th, more than 100 Geran UAVs, accompanied by Iskander missiles, pierced into the city's airspace. The swarm filled the night with a constant hum and streaks of fire, overwhelming defenses and leaving the capital under a curtain of uncertainty. For hours, Kyiv wasn't just a city, it was the center of a storm. In the unfolding strikes, the backbone of Russia's offensive power lay not in a single system, but in the orchestration of multiple high-precision weapons. The Iskander short-range ballistic missile once again proved itself as the spearhead, delivering rapid, hard-hitting strikes against fortified industrial sites and air bases. Known for its mobility and its ability to evade interception, the Iskander has become a nightmare for air defense operators, landing with pinpoint accuracy before countermeasures can be organized. Complementing these ballistic assaults were the Ka-101 long-range cruise missiles, designed to bypass radar networks and strike deep into strategic targets. Flying low, hugging terrain, and guided by advanced navigation systems, they are crafted to dismantle critical infrastructure with surgical precision. Their role in these raids was to cripple airfields and industrial complexes far behind the front line, sending a clear message that distance offers no protection. The Kinzhal hypersonic missile, however, represented the most dramatic escalation, traveling at speeds that make interception nearly impossible. The Kinzhal combines velocity with destructive warheads to pierce even the most hardened bunkers. Its use in these operations underlined the intent to overwhelm defenses and demonstrate a strike capability that borders on untouchable. Meanwhile, the relentless presence of Geran UAVs, often launched in swarms of dozens or even hundreds, added a different layer of pressure. They are not individually powerful, but their volume exhausts air defenses, forces radar saturation, and creates openings for the more advanced missiles to strike unhindered. It is this combination of quantity and precision, saturation and speed, that turned the operation into a coordinated storm. As the smoke drifted over and the fires burned into the following day, Ukraine was left staring at the deeper cost of modern warfare. It is not only cities that burn, but the very arteries that feed its defense and survival. The strikes revealed more than destruction. They revealed a strategy. And as these weapons continue to rise into the skies, the question is not whether more will follow, but where they will land next. That's the full breakdown. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.